Set the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing. I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known. It would have kept me from the one I had today.
All right, good morning. You are tuned into 1100 WSGI. This is Lee Marie in for U-Turn Laverne on One Street Over. So glad you all joined us today on Thursday, Business of the Weekday. And I am so excited to have Carol Carter here from Carol Carter Design and Curated Collections. But before we start our interview, I will do a quick prayer for y'all. Here we go. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for today. Thank you for waking us up and giving us a purpose. Thank you for your guidance today, your perfect will, your perfect timing. Thank you that we live here in Robertson County and all the fall colors are so beautiful. We love you. We praise you. Take this show where you want it to go. In the mighty name of Jesus, amen.
Amen.
All right. Well, good morning, Carol. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great, thanks.
All right. I'm going to get that microphone real close to you.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Because people want to hear you because this is your first time on this show, isn't it?
It is, for sure.
Awesome. First time in the studio.
First time in the studio, yes.
Very cool. Now, I know that people will know exactly where your shop is because Burdett's Tea Room was, world famous.
It was, yes.
And that is the building now that you are in.
Very fortunate to be in that building. It's a beautiful building.
It is. I love it. I have so many great memories there. So that is where your beautiful shop is. Now, I know that a lot of people don't know about you because you're pretty new to
Very
this
new,
area.
yes.
And so how did you start in this business?
Oh, gosh. I actually was in love with design since I was about 13.
Oh, my goodness.
Took design courses that my father actually had to sign me up for because I was too young. And then from there, I just went into college and took art history and art design and it's been a passion ever since, and I'm 44 years later still doing it.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
Yes.
So you started when you were 13.
13 was my first design course I took. A correspondence course from a company called LaSalle University.
Oh.
And I was too young to sign up for it for myself, so my dad did it for me.
Oh my
and paid for it,
goodness.
thank heavens.
Well, that is great. So no wonder why you are so color coordinated. I don't know if you're not looking, if you're just listening on air, you really need to watch the video as well because even her clothing are all coordinated with all the items that she brought here. This is fabulous. And I love these colors here too.
A little bit of warm and a little bit of cool.
Well, absolutely beautiful.
Combined beautifully, yes.
So now what exactly is in your store? So if somebody walked in, what types of things do you offer?
Well, they're going to find a myriad of accessories. They're going to find some furniture, some painted. My partner in the design business is Kathy Holman, and she paints beautifully furniture. We collect antiques. Some need to be painted. Some we don't touch at all. And then we have brand new from the manufacturer furniture and accessories and lamps, area rugs. We actually have probably 50 or 60 area rug samples where you can order any size area rug. And we have custom draperies. We have drapery panels, which are less expensive than custom draperies, and shears and everything it takes to put a room together. We have either samples or actual physical examples in the showroom.
So I know you have like tons of these books
Yes.
that people can flip through and actually, feel the textures.
Fabrics, right. The other thing that we have is upholstery fabric, and that's one of our hottest businesses that we're or features that we have is taking someone's piece of furniture and recovering it, restyling it. We can change the style of it, and it's very reasonable. Our fabrics start from about $15 a yard and go up to about $30. In a particular section of the store, we have those that are heavy upholstery fabrics. So
That's great to know, because if you have that favorite couch or something that's so comfortable, or just the style is perfect and you can't find another one, you can just refurbish it with a new
fabrics, yes, recover it. Or if you've got a sofa that's perfectly good looking and in great shape, then maybe you just need some custom pillows made for it, which is some of the examples I have here where
So these are custom made?
those are custom made. We can also order pillows that are already made up, which of course anything you buy in production is going to be less expensive than custom. But a little mix of both is not bad. You could get a custom look by doing some off-the-shelf market pillows along with some custom pillows, and you can completely change a room, add an area rug. I mean, there's just all kinds of possibilities. We do what we call a refresh, and that is where for a flat fee we'll come in and view a room, help you put it together. It may mean just moving some furniture around, changing some accessories out, adding a lamp. But the refresh is about $200 for a couple of hours worth of work, and what a difference a room can look after we walk away. And also, we can also give you a list of things you can do to save money, like maybe you need to paint the walls, or maybe you need to add some crown molding, or whatever. It just depends on each situation. So
Okay, well that's great. So you go to the homes and you can, if someone just wants to do a DIY, but they need advice.
they need advice. So their DIY is productive and cost effective. We'll give them a list of things they can do. We'll help them with what we can while we're there. And then we also specialize in remodels, kitchens and baths in terms of design and layouts. And again, can be a DIY project or it can be a professionally done project. We have subcontractors. And
Now I know you have quite a following. That's what I have heard.
well, I've enjoyed working in Springfield. I've loved the town and the town atmosphere. And so, yes, I've developed people I can rely on. And
Because I know when I've stopped in and, I see people looking around, they'll start talking about, oh, yeah, she did my kitchen or she did my bathroom, like they're back for more.
Yeah, that's right. They come back for the next phase. And that's what we specialize in as well, is just phasing in some of the changes so you're not out of pocket huge amounts of money at the same time. All right.
All right, there we go. All right, because this is good stuff. I want everybody to be able to hear all of this. So, I know that you started when you were 13, and you just have all these beautiful things. People have got to stop in the store, especially now because, the holidays are coming, and so everybody has more people over at their house.
That's right.
And I've seen some of your tables, how they were, decorated with lots of little pumpkins. It's just really beautiful.
Table settings, tablescapes. Yes, we do that. Kathy's great at event planning. She has done parties and we've provided the florals or the accessories.
Oh, okay. So for special events, you can
special
also.
events. That's right.
Oh, I did not know you did that as well.
Yes.
Well, that is excellent to know because I do know a lot of people that have special events.
Yes. Yes. So it's certainly another one of those services we can provide. But I think our biggest service is really just helping someone get focused on rearranging, staging, presenting each room that they have in a beautiful light without spending a ton of money.
So I have to ask, what is your absolute favorite room to redesign for someone?
Well, I don't have necessarily a favorite room, but I love just doing the refresh. I love walking into a room and making it look completely different by switching out furniture or sliding something around or hanging new artwork or changing the artwork or doing a picture gallery on a wall. One of my favorite room changes was a client that needed a library and not a single room in the house would work for a library. So we converted we combined, I should say, the dining room and the library into one room, and it absolutely turned out not only cozy and inviting for study but also for dining in. So and often you'll see in high-end restaurants a library style dining space, and it's very attractive and warm and cozy. And you get to use, typically a dining room is only used 2 or 3 times a year. This was a room that they wanted to use on a daily basis, and it did work out perfectly for them. So you can, I've taken guest rooms and turned them into study, den, guest room combinations. So it just depends on each person's need as to how we approach the project. But that's my favorite thing, is to find space, give it a great look, and get the client involved. I love them to be involved with the project, as far as them finding a few things to add to the room themselves, or we go shopping in their own house.
Oh,
It's kind of a fun thing.
I think I'm going to need to have you come out to our place.
We'll do it.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I'd feel like I'd want, like, video cameras, like one of those shows,
That would be fun. Before and after, that would be a great idea. Yes.
I think that would be fun. Have a little, informal show like that on your Facebook page, because I know you guys you're on Facebook.
We are going to be posting pretty quickly some before and afters on some bath and kitchen remodels.
I love seeing the before and afters.
I do have a number of those coming up where the kitchens are just about finished. So
nice,
we'll
because
be
we
posting those.
we all watch those shows, but you always have to wait to the last 30 seconds to see the before and after. They do it so fast, and you're like, wait, I wanted to see that.
That's right. Well, it takes a while to do a remodel, so that's why the posting for us could be as much as 6 months in between. But
okay.
Anyway, it'll be fun. I've got a couple of bathrooms and a couple of kitchens we'll post.
Okay, awesome. I'm excited. Well, we're going to take a station break here, because I can't believe the time is flying by. It's almost 7:15 already. So we are going to hear from one of our sponsors. Here we go, Barry and Rebecca Richards.
Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team, my friends and your friends in real estate. If you're looking for somebody to represent you, no matter if you're on the buying side or the selling side of the real estate table, they're a great team. Barry's the marketer. He came out of a marketing background, was a vice president of a marketing company for many years in Nashville, went full-time with real estate. So a few years ago, and so he comes to the table able to make sure everybody knows your property is for sale. If you decide you have property that you want to put on the market, they're going to know about it. And that's key to getting top dollar. Rebecca's been at this a long time, one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. We point that out because that illustrates how she studies. She stays up to date on what you need to know to make sure you're properly represented when you come to the table. They specialize in Robertson County, but they buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state lineup in Kentucky. If you want to know more about my friends Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team, go to sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy BUY-RobertsonCounty.com. Again, sellwithbecky.com or buy BUY-RobertsonCounty.com, and tell them you turned sent you.
All right, so I don't want to confuse you. You didn't wake up and it's Wednesday, because normally I'm on Wednesdays with the Go Show. But yes, this is Thursday. This is Business of the Week time. This is One Street Over, and this is Lee Marie filling in for U-Turn Laverne, who is on fall break. So I get one more show to do tomorrow. Super excited about that as well. But I am just thrilled to hear about all this. I'm so inspired now. I just want to go in my home and just kind of walk in. I'm like, okay, I'm going to, get in touch with my inner Carol, and I'm going to just walk in. And so do you have any advice for people, say they want to, walk in with your eyes, what kind of...
Well, what I typically will do when I walk into a home is I'll assess the client's existing furnishings and the purchases that they've made. And people buy things they like, so you want to be able to use them if you can. So one of the clues for me when I decide which way to take a client is, what is the wood tones in the room? What is the coffee table? Is it wood, or is it chrome and glass? And if it's wood, what is the wood? Is it a warm wood like a pine or a oak or a maple, or is it a cool wood like a cherry, a walnut, or a mahogany? And I say that because those two categories have different color undertones to them. And you want to capitalize on it. You want those, typically your wood purchases are your most expensive purchases. So you want to enhance those and a color direction that would complement the wood. So that's the first clue. And the next is, what's the line and design? Are they straight and clean? Are they curvy and soft? And that too has implications as to whether you want to take them into a warm or a cool direction. And then the next thing is texture. Do they have heavy, slubby, nubby fabrics, or are they satin smooth and shiny? So all of those are clues as to how to develop the room to enhance what a homeowner already has. And we do a seminar that goes into that far more specifically than what I am today, with actual examples of wood and color and line and design.
Oh, so you're going to do a seminar here locally?
I am. I'm gonna. November 1st. It's the Tuesday. I think
Okay.
we'll do it at from 5:30 to 6:30.
Okay.
In the showroom. It's a $25 fee, and we can take up to 10 people. It's not a huge space, but
okay.
we'll take up to 10 people, move some furniture around, and get them in the middle, and then we'll get the, just produce an hour-long seminar for them to get great guidelines.
Oh, I love that. All right, I'll have to check my calendar. That sounds like a really great thing to do.
So if people want to email me to sign up, they can at carolcarterdesigns@yahoo.com. Don't forget to put the S on the end of design.
Okay, so it's Carol Carter Designs at yahoo.com.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And say, I know somebody that they're actually about 12. They're a homeschooler. If a mom wanted to bring their homeschooler.
Oh, absolutely. The little homeschooler can come for free.
Oh, my gosh. Because, you started when you were 13. So
That's
wouldn't
right.
that be exciting?
I want to be inspiring to anybody that's interested in the field.
See, that is so neat because, one thing that Steve Astaire was talking about this week was about getting children involved and feeling like they have a purpose other than, being on their phones with TikTok or all this other.
Oh, gosh, yes.
So that would be an exciting, thing to get someone involved already.
Exactly. And depending on how many people might be interested, young people might be interested, we can develop a little after-school program or something for some of those that are interested, give them a little jump start.
That is a great idea. And I was talking actually with another homeschool mom. We've been hanging out with homeschoolers lately because my father-in-law's been doing some classes. But
Oh, that's great.
this other lady too, she said, well, my daughter has had great grades in high school, and she's doing great, but there's so many jobs out there that don't require college.
I know.
And this is a perfect example. I mean, yes, you can go to,
Right.
different trade classes.
You do. You can get degrees in design, and that's admirable, but you really learn more in the field than, you need your basics,
Right.
but which school will give you. But it is a program. It is a field that would allow many people to come into the field without having
A four-year degree.
A four-year degree, exactly.
Well, that is great. So what are some of your favorite, and do you have any favorites here that you've used on things you want to tell us about?
Well, a couple of things. The fabric in front of you that is puckered and a little bit shiny is one of what I call a cool texture fabric. And if you'll notice, most of the tones that in here have either a jewel undertone or a very neutral or chocolate. And so that would be somebody that would probably want a very feminine look, maybe for a bedspread, or and somebody that might have more cherry or walnut or mahogany furniture. Whereas these fabrics here are heavier texture and more slubby, and that's probably somebody that's going to have some pine or oak or maple and they're going to be a little bit warmer. So there's just some examples.
Okay.
And then the area rug that's in front of us here is very textured, also no sheen to it. I don't know if it's picked up on TV or not, but anyway, this is what I would call a warm texture with a little bit of cool color to it, so that you can do exactly what I'm getting at, and that is combine the warm and the cool in a balanced fashion, so that you're not jerking the eye around the room trying to figure out what you're really into, but you're complementing each thing that you layer from the floor up.
I love this. That's got some like aqua in
It does. It
and
has
I
a little bit of a
love
cool
aqua.
green and a neutral gray and just a creamy background, but it's definitely what I would call a warm spectrum area rug. So
Well, I know that when I first got my first house, I love red, and I thought that I wanted red in there. But the first time, I actually had a red bathroom.
Ooh.
And the first time I walked into it, that was it. I started taking towels down. I said, no more, because I wasn't awake enough for red, and it makes your heart race.
Yes.
And so I said, that is just too stressful. So certain things like that I didn't know. Can
Exactly.
you talk a little bit about what kind of, emotions or feelings that the colors give off?
Absolutely. Red is a vibrant, uplifting color. Would be great in a dining room where family is gathered. But for a bathroom, you probably want something that's relaxing and serene. And whether you're a formal person, a casual person, a contemporary, there's plenty of colors in the spectrum that would allow the basic background to the floors, and which typically are either tile or wood, and paint tones that would enhance and give you that serene look. And certainly other textures as well, depending on, again, what you are. Are you warm spectrum? Are you cool spectrum? Are you formal? Are you informal? Are you contemporary? Are you...
I think I just need you to come over and tell me what I am.
Well, I can tell by what you've purchased what you are.
Okay.
And that can redefine or define, I should say, the avenue or the look that might be best suited for what you've purchased already.
Well, right now in my life, I'm trying to be like, have more calm colors.
Yes.
Because, my family, we are so busy. We're always at some event. We volunteer a lot in the community. So, we come home and I just want to be able to, okay, we're not, on stage, or we're not, talking to 50 people. And so I love these, I can already tell that I love all of these like real aqua and, just calming.
Softer colors. Well, not only that, if you have an active life, you want your home life to be organized and again, approach it. And knowing what you do for a living is very important to a designer, because then we know that we need to create organization. So when you walk in the door, there's a place to put your keys, hooks, purse. So you aren't searching all over the house for them because you don't have time, because you're busy trying to get kids out the door and or whatever the situation is. So creating that sense of calm and organization and melding those together and still giving you a high style or a beautiful design is very much an important aspect of an interior design.
That must be so rewarding for you.
It is. I love to see people happy. I'm working right now with a couple where they're going to redo their office. And organization is key, but the room is very small. So we have to work on everything that goes in that room has to have a purpose and a storage capability and an easy access capability. So that's the focus for an entire house, really.
Wow, good information. So what happens if like are there any things that you need to like farm out? Like say someone, has like their shed or their garage, they want that organized. Do you still give tips on that kind of thing, or do you like...
Sure. And then I can give them avenues. Well, first of all, a list of what they can do themselves.
Okay.
And yes, there are people, they may need help, or a subcontractor, or just somebody that needs some part-time work just to unload the garage and get rid of things and where to donate and etc. So yes, I mean, I've done complete facelifts on the exterior of a house, changing the colors of the shutter, the front door, adding window boxes.
I did not know you did that too.
Pathways to the front door that are easy access. Oftentimes people don't realize that when you have a guest and you're having to walk across the grass to get to the front door, you really need to provide a little pathway. So how do you do that with it reasonably? So yes, curbside to the backside, yes.
You're a full service person.
Well, I've been, my background too. Coming from California, I was a general contractor. I built a lot of custom homes, big ones, anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 square feet to as big as 12,000 square feet, which was a massive undertaking. And then providing all the landscaping and all of the interior finishes as well as the furnishing. So I have had a lot of experience in
Yes.
construction.
I did not know that part of your background. Goodness, is there anything else that we need to talk about then? Because that's pretty major.
Well, and
You know.
like I said, I was passionate from an early on age. I wanted to get involved in every aspect of presenting a home that not only had appeal, but also timeless approach, so that when you get ready to sell your home, you get all your money back in value. So having the proper exterior, having the proper layout of the home, that it's all money in your pocket in the end.
Right, right. So how much would it cost for you to go to someone's place and, just start at the curb, and write down recommendations and go out throughout the whole house and do recommendations? What kind of a fee would that be?
Well, depending on the size of the home, because
Okay.
that's how much time it's going to take to get through each room. I would say the least expensive fee is going to be $250. Probably the most expensive fee might be $400.
Okay.
That's just to compile a list and throw out ideas. And of course, there's input from not only me, but also the client saying, what they can afford to do, what their top priorities are for the home, what's their long-term goal for the home. Are they thinking of selling in 3 to 5 years because the kids are gone, or are there new grandkids and the house needs to be multifunctional during the time that grandkids come to visit? I mean, every circumstance has an impact on the approach to the project. But we're flexible.
Wow, you think of everything. That makes so much sense. You have to look at what you're going to be doing, 3 or 5 or 10
Exactly
years out.
what your plans are.
Because so many times people will just like, oh, this is the best color for a door right now, or whatever. And they like paint, oh yeah, speaking of that, are there any trends that are coming that people might be interested in hearing about?
Well, there are trends. Obviously, there are color trends. You hear the color forecast trend every year. Sherwin-Williams puts out their color forecast. There's a color forecast society that is established specifically for the car industry, the home furnishings industry, the appliance industry, you name it. They advise the colors of the year. I don't always go by the colors of the year because if
That might not be a color you like.
it may not be the color a client likes, or it may not work with their home based on without completely making expensive changes to it. But there are spin-offs from the color forecast of the year. So pine and green and warm tones are starting to filter back into our color spectrum, and not so many cool grays, and not that those are completely out, but so you can use some of those basic concepts as long as you apply the colors properly to the home, so that you're complementing the home. You're not just trending it.
And maybe they could just add it with a pillow or something small.
Absolutely.
That's not going to be permanent.
Exactly. That isn't. Yeah. You don't want to change your sofa for the color of the year, because it's not going to be the color of the year next year.
Right, right.
So
now I have a friend that I used to work with, the dear, dear lady, office manager, and one thing that she would do every season, because her grandsons would come and stay over quite a bit. They were pretty little, but she would, completely Christmatize, the bedroom, Christmas bedspread, Christmas, toilet, just everything,
Yes.
Do you do anything like that, with the holidays? Do you?
Again, it's a preference for the client. If they have the money to spend by doing seasonal decorating, absolutely.
Do you do that in your home? Do you have a lot of seasonal?
I have, certainly for Christmas, as the fall and the holidays come around, I do warm up my house a bit with pillows, with texture, but I don't go overboard. I'm busy working with everybody else.
Sure,
so.
exactly. Well, this is already, oh my goodness, it's 7:29, so we have 1 minute left. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell the listeners or viewers out there? Because you do need to give your information give your phone number twice for the shop,
Okay.
and your address, and your hours.
So our address is 618 South Main Street. As Lee Marie mentioned earlier, it's the Old Burdette Tea Room
In Springfield.
in Springfield, Tennessee. That's right. My phone number is 615-681-0029.
One more time on that.
615-681-0029. My email is carolcarterdesigns@yahoo.com. That is what, if you're interested in the seminar, what we would prefer is you just email us and let us know so that we can email you back and have a reservation for you.
And that was Tuesday, November 1st.
Tuesday, November 1st.
Nice.
5 to 7 is probably will be the time.
Right,
I mean,
'cause
it's
you
pretty casual.
You close at 5, right?
We close
So
at 5.
A little bit after 5.
A little bit after 5, but
Okay. But they could come early and shop the
absolutely.
store.
Yes, that's what we want them to do. Get to know come in and look at the environment and look at the things we have to offer. And
So what are your hours?
we are closed on Sundays and Mondays. We are open from Tuesday at 10 through Friday 10 to 5 all during the week.
10 to 5.
Saturday is 10 to 3.
10 to 3 on Saturday. Okay. Well, I'm sure a lot of people are going to write this down and come by and see your beautiful shop. I could spend hours there. You know,
thanks,
every time I go,
Lee.
even though there's just so much. There's so
There's a
many
lot
things.
to
It
see.
really is.
It's hard to see it all in one visit because we do have a ton of accessories layered on everything just because we're utilizing our space.
And one thing, when I first walk by and I see the outside, I think like, oh, that looks so fancy. I don't think I could afford that stuff. But really, you go in and you would be surprised.
Everybody tells us our prices are incredibly reasonable, and we make that a conscious choice to offer things to people that just want to shop for a few accessories and bring them home, or they want the full service. So,
Yeah, I just saw you got those new plaques in. I mean, just
yes,
all
love
different
those,
things. You're
yes.
gonna love stopping by and just getting your little items for the holidays, because you remember you're all gonna have plenty of people over, so why not brighten everything up?
Yes, and we're going to probably in the next week start putting out our Christmas. I hate putting out Christmas before Thanksgiving.
That's
but
okay.
We're going to do it anyway. So
Good.
come see what we have.
For me, it's never early enough. Like
I know.
November 1st, I start carrying my Christmas bag.
That's great. Well, and I love that people get excited about Christmas. So
Yeah.
I
I always feel if I'm not ahead, then I fall behind for Christmas. So it's like I'm in control. If I start Christmas music at October 20th, then I'm like, all right, I'm on this.
You're getting ready. That's right. Well, and we will be closing out our fall merchandise. So we don't have a lot left, but there will be some things that will close out.
I love this pillow. This is so beautiful.
That was a choice for a client where I had to put some warm and cool colors together, and that's a perfect example of.
All right. So how backlogged are you? Are you still able to? Are people still able to get some appointments?
Yes.
Pretty soon. Okay.
Yes, both
Okay.
Kathy and I have some open times in our schedule.
Okay,
Yes.
that's great news. All right, y'all, get all excited. Have Carol come by or Kathy come by and go through your house and give you some. I'm sure there's going to be some just things like you're like, okay, this painting needs to be done, or you need to clear out this house, and then we can start
Yes.
beautifying.
Exactly.
So they can
Working,
start their.
working towards the end goal.
Awesome. All right. Well, you have been listening to Carol Carter with Carol Carter Designs, and they have the shop right there, Curated Collections, on the corner. Actually, it's right by where that beautiful mural is
Yes.
of Springfield. So if
Yes.
you don't know, if you're new to town, you don't know what Burdett's is, think about that beautiful mural that is right outside their shop. What is that, 8th?
7th Street.
Okay.
Yes.
So they're on the corner of 7th and Main, right there in the downtown Springfield Square. Come by, see Carol. Are you working today?
I am not working
Okay.
today, but Kathy's there
Kathy's
today.
there. All right. Well, you can meet the other half. All right.
Yes, that's
Excellent.
right.
All right. And she also does designing, and you can talk to her as well.
That's right.
So this has been so much fun. I am inspired. I can't wait to go home now and just and then I definitely want to come to that seminar, and I want you to come to my house.
All right, Lee. We're
So-
glad you're.
So yeah, you did a good job
Thank
because
you.
I'm inspired, and I hope that all of our listeners are as well. So thank you so much. We're going to be making a change now because United Way comes in every Thursday, and so they have a update for us. But I am going to start with a commercial right here so that we can make that transition. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lee Marie. I
All right.
appreciate it.
We will see you soon.
Okay.
All right, let's hear from Corbin Creek.
Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Center, one of my favorite places to visit. I absolutely love going out and talking to Miss Amy about all the things that I need to learn about gardening, what's perfect for my yard, and also to find out all I need to know about CBD products. Because if you've been listening very long, you know that I rely on CBD to help me with my arthritis. I've got a lot of friends that use it for sleep aid. It is an amazing product, and you can go to Corbin Creek and get Robertson County CBD. I cannot say enough about what they offer with their CBD products. But of course, they're the place to get something beautiful for your yard, beautiful for your garden. And the best place to check out everything that's going on is go to their Facebook page. Corbin Creek on Facebook will tell you all the time if they have some kind of a special going on, if they've got a special event going on. It's a great place to check in if you want to know more about Corbin Creek and just watch some of their beautiful videos, see all the beautiful pictures, and you're going to want to stop by soon. They're at 4920 Highway 161, 4920 Highway 161. If you have questions, give them a call, 615-384-3185, 615-384-3185, but always tell them U-Turn sent you. Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Center, one of my favorite places to visit. I absolutely love going out and talking to Miss Amy about all the things that I need to learn about gardening, what's perfect for my yard, and also to find out all I need to know about CBD products.
Designs and curated collections right there in the square on Main Street. Have you ever been in there before?
I've been in their old location, but I haven't been to their new location.
Oh,
so
they got so much great stuff.
yeah, I'm excited to check it out.
Yes, I don't know if you got to hear any of the show, or maybe you'll have to
No.
watch it later. Okay, you can watch it later. That's the beauty of it. You can watch it later. All right, so I have the privilege of interviewing Tiffany Thompson from United Way.
Yes.
And so, this is the first time that I have interviewed you.
Yeah.
So, what can you tell us? What's the update from United Way?
Okay. Well, usually when we come on, we get to come every week to U-Turn Laverne. So we kind of tell what's going on with the nonprofits here in Robertson County.
Okay.
She likes to say that we're the bridge to the nonprofits, and so, which is true. We try to find out what's going on with everybody and help and support in any way we can. So,
Oh, good.
we've got a lot of great things going on. That's the best part about Robertson County is so many people always pitching in to help each other out, and it just makes me happy to be part of this community. But one of our big things is tomorrow, United Ministries and Second Harvest will be having a drive-through food giveaway at Springfield Baptist. Let me get you all the exact details straight from Sherry. So it's Friday, October 14th behind Springfield Baptist Church in their parking lots, and it will run from 9 until 11. And you must have a form of ID, and your trunks need to be empty so we can fill it with food. And it's drive-through. You get to stay in your car, pop your trunk, we fill it with food, and you get to drive home. So it's painless. You will need to show your ID, though. So make sure you bring ID.
Awesome.
So, yeah, that's great.
And that's tomorrow, right?
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
Yep, from what's the time
9
again?
a.m. to
9 to 11.
Okay.
Yes. So anybody you know that's needing food, it's hard out there right now. It's hard to make ends meet with food prices and stuff. So that's a big thing we have going on tomorrow. Another thing is it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And so I just wanted to make us all aware of that. And so we do have Home Safe is our local domestic violence shelter. They have some services here in Robertson County. Their shelter is in Gallatin, so not too far away. I had the privilege of going out there like about a month ago, and they have some amazing things. They have a store where people can go and shop for whatever they need, because a lot of times when people escape domestic violence relationships, they have nothing but the clothes on their backs. And so instead of just getting some generic clothes, they have kind of a little store set up where people can go and
Now, is
pick
that
it
a
out.
place that people can donate clothes to?
Absolutely.
Now, how do they do that?
Get in contact with Home Safe, and because where they have the store, it's actually also like their counseling offices and stuff, and so
So that's in Gallatin.
It's in Gallatin.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's actually not right far off. If you've ever been to the historic downtown Gallatin, it's just down the street on Water Street. And so you can either call them and find out if there's a protocol to donate, or you can also call me or email
I was going to
me
say,
or whatever.
could people maybe bring a bag of clothes by you and say this is what this is for?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. We actually often get people bringing
Okay.
by clothes that they want either donated to COPE, because COPE hours are very short. And so a lot of
Right.
times people drop them off at our place and we'll just take them when it's open. And so, yeah, we're happy to help out that way if we can. So,
Well, that's a really good thing because, you know, I always feel like if I know where things are going, it makes me want to donate more. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like sometimes I donate to COPE and then I see my stuff there. I'm like, why did I get rid of that? So I think I'm going to bring a bunch of stuff over to you because then I don't have to see it and think like, why did I give that away?
there you go. Yeah, I'll take a load out to Gallatin. Not
Okay,
a problem.
great. All right.
Yeah, so they've got some amazing. They're an amazing program, and they used to have a shelter here in Robertson County, but they don't currently. But we'd love to get that going eventually if the need and stuff is there.
I mean,
so.
what a scary thing. I mean, we take that for granted. So many of us, you know, that we have a home that, you know, is safe and, you know, isn't filled with chaos or danger. I mean,
Right,
these
saying the wrong thing at the wrong time is going to set somebody off, and you never know when you're safe. And
Wow. So yeah, these poor ladies having to escape a situation like that.
well, and a lot of people, you know, a lot of them come with children, and so being able to get your children out of that situation makes it so much harder. So they also do take donations for kids too. 'Cause
okay.
a lot of them come with children, and a lot of victims leave their abuser 7 times before they actually finally are able
my
to leave and
gosh.
separate. So if you know somebody in a situation and they just keep going back and you're frustrated because you see how bad it is for them, just know that it often takes 7 times before they can finally break away completely.
And I'm sure it's harder when they have children and they think, how am I going to provide for all of them? And
Yeah. I have a friend who's been in a bad relationship, and she's like, I can't provide for my children, so I have to stay with him. And that's hard to feel like you're
All
trapped
right.
that way.
So is there a phone number that people can call for Home Safe? Like say if they're listening right now and they're like, hey, I'm in this situation and I need help. And is there a,
Yeah,
you can look it up.
There is. Look it up. Like I don't have it written down right
Okay.
now, but or we can. I don't know if
Yeah,
you're
on the
posting
break.
this somewhere. I can comment in the thing. But
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, we do have, you know, not only are we on the airwaves, but you can go to the WSGI app or you can go to Facebook for WSGI and you can watch the show. And there is room there for comments. So if you are listening and you have that number handy, you can always put that in, or website, whatever. You know, anytime on any topic, you can feel free to do that. Or if you have questions or comments or, hey, why don't you have this person on? Or, you know, just ideas. We're always looking for input. And so we will also try to find that number, though, before our...
I found it.
Oh, she
I looked
found
at that.
There you go.
Okay,
Awesome.
so it's 615-452-4315.
One more time.
615-452-4315. But also, that's a lot of numbers to remember. If you can remember the numbers 211, that is the United Way helpline. So basically anything that you have going on in your life that, you know, maybe you need help paying rent or utilities or need a ride to a medical appointment, call 211 and they will help connect you to the right resource. So if you call 211 and say, I'm in a domestic violence relationship, I need out, this is my area code, they'll help connect you to the resources in your zip code, not area code, zip code. And so they'll help connect you to the right
okay.
resources.
Well, that is good information. Excellent. All
Yeah.
right. So, yes, if you need help out there you go. 211.
211.
Let's get
for
this stuff
anything.
taken care of now before all the holidays come into full force because
Right.
They're
It
right there.
only intensifies everything, you know, when everybody's stressed out.
exactly. And that reminds me, too, I do want to bring up one other little public service type of thing, you know, and that is I've been seeing a lot more accidents lately, especially like Memorial Boulevard and 5th. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have been seeing at least 2 a day.
Oh, wow.
I know. And
I
yesterday
work right
again,
there, but I
yeah.
come in the back way. So I don't
Yesterday
have to deal with
again,
that.
there was I think it was a hit and run.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, someone hit someone on a motorcycle. They were still in the street when I saw that. So
Oh,
be
man.
watching, guys, because that's one thing I think, because we are getting an influx of people, and a lot of those people are from other states that don't have the same rules, same traffic laws.
That's true.
You know, like you can't pull out into an intersection waiting to go left, or you can't go down the right side in the bike lane.
Yeah, those
You know,
were new for me when I moved here.
Exactly. There's a lot of new things like that. Plus the fact that, you know, here we are more calm. We don't drive quite as fast. We're not as much in a hurry. We don't honk. Like as soon as the light goes green, you don't honk. Like some states do that. We
Yeah.
don't. As a matter of fact, I saw somebody on Facebook publish that. They're like, this is the South, people. Do not honk. As soon as the
Right.
light turns green, we will get there. Just relax.
Give us a break. I know. And actually, we brought that up at Health Council yesterday, Robertson
you?
County Health Council, that we also live in a world where we're used to instant gratification, and having to drive somewhere is stressful because it's not instant. It takes time. And if we're in this mind frame of, I need to get there, I'm in a hurry, blah, 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 then we're a little bit more impatient with each other, and we might cut somebody off, or, hit and run. My goodness, like maybe they thought that they had to get somewhere and couldn't stop. Probably not. I mean, they probably were just feeling bad. But anyway, yeah, it's all breathe.
Exactly. But,
You know?
I'm saying that to say that if already, I mean, fall has just started and there's already an increase in accidents, the holidays, people are even more, they're like, oh, I got to get, Aunt Susan a present over here. They're turning,
Yes.
they have a million things in their head.
Right.
And so they're not paying attention. And I know, all of us are guilty of, having all those things in our head, especially as you get closer and closer, to Christmas.
Right.
There's a lot more accidents. So start now by being very careful and being very patient on the road, because from here on out to the end of the year, it's just going to get busier, and you don't want to be
Right.
one of those statistics.
No, absolutely not. So that's good. Yes.
All right, what else do you got?
Oh, we got lots of stuff going on. Next week we have Laundry Love. If those who don't know about Laundry Love, once a month, Sisters Coin Laundry, but in that same place that the Goodwill is, they do laundry once a month through generous donations for anybody who doesn't have access to a washer and dryer, or they have so much laundry that it's just way out of their price range. Come bring it, and if you do have access to a washer and dryer, pay it forward a little bit maybe and help donate some quarters to the cause. We spend about $1,300 every month washing our friends' clothes, and so we're always looking for donations. You can give us quarters, you can give it to us in cash, you can give it to however. So that we're gearing up for that next week, and it's just such a great feeling to put on clean clothes, something that a lot of us take for granted. And so anyway, and if you want to volunteer, help us wash laundry. We start around 8:00. And
8 a.m.
8 a.m. That's right. 8 a.m. And we put the last load in at 11. Now, saying that, I want to make it clear that if you get there and drop your clothes off at 11, you won't make it in by 11. They really need to be there by 10:30. So if you can get your clothes there by 10:30, you're probably 100% guaranteed to get your clothes washed. But if anything after 10:30, it probably won't make it into the washers before 11. So, cause we have people with other commitments, afterwards. And so they really can't stay and keep washing clothes. So get it there. There are people lining up by 7:00 in the morning to get their clothes washed. So anytime really between 7:30 and 10:30, or 7 and 10:30.
Okay.
So anyway, that's great. And honestly, it's such a fun thing to be a part of. Like last month, we had somebody that made us some food to say thank you, and somebody else brought us flowers. And, it's just so hard when you can't take care of those things for yourself. And so it's a really fun thing to be part of. So come on out next Friday. We do it every month, and donate. If you can't come help, then we'll take all the money we can get. It's not cheap. Anyway, all right. And so next thing we got on it is a Boo Bash Dash. It's October 29th. Benefiting CASA. Are you familiar with CASA a little bit? I know when I worked for CASA. So yeah, CASA is having their Boo Bash Dash, and one of the cool things they're doing this year is it's at the fairgrounds, and it's going to be a party. Like they're having like a bunch of nonprofits come out. So if you're looking for a way to plug into the community, a volunteer opportunity, there's going to be a lot of nonprofits there, especially they're targeting ones that benefit children in our community, because CASA is all about the children.
For those people that are new and don't know what CASA is, why don't you tell the listeners?
Okay. Yeah, CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates. And CASA takes ordinary people in the community and they put them through an intensive 30-hour advocate training. And it is amazing what you learn in those 30 hours. You know, we were talking a week or so ago about 30 hours is like a minor in college, you know? So you get you become an expert on advocacy, which is something we all really should be learning more about, how to speak up on behalf of others. And so you learn how to become a court-appointed special advocate. We take everybody from every walk of life. They can be, I say we because I used to work for them, but they take everybody from every walk of life. You can, be a social worker. There's a few that are. You could also, we have somebody in the music industry, somebody who manages a Sonic, people who aren't in that field professionally. One of our favorites, he's an oil and gas guy, he's retired. You can be retired. We got 20-year-olds. We got, people who have been doing this for 20 years. And so we have everything in between. You learn how to become an advocate in the court system for children who have been victims of abuse and neglect. And you get to speak up on their behalf. So I am still a CASA. Kids that I foster for, 2 little girls, and I get to go visit them today. So I'm so excited. You get to become their friend. You talk to all the people in their lives. You get to know mom and dad and foster parents and aunt and uncle and their therapist and everybody that's involved in these children's life, and make sure that they don't fall through the cracks.
I had a question about CASA. So I know that they do a 30-hour, training for people that want to be an official. Do they ever do just like a one day or, couple hour, briefing for the community, just so that the community can kind of be trained on what to look for in,
I don't think they've offered that in the past, but I'll bring it up to Leah because I think that's a fantastic idea.
Just because, I think, even like with child, with sex trafficking and child abduction, some of that could be in there as well, just so that everybody in the whole community is aware and to watch for the certain signs.
Absolutely. I think that's fantastic. That's a great idea. I mean, we all hopefully get to interact with children, throughout our day, whatever our job is or our life. And so to be able to know what to look for would be
the thing that reminded me is we had Aaron Spradlin come out that does a lot with child trafficking. And, the one sign that we learned was this, where if you see somebody put their hand up and their thumb across their hand and then their fingers over the thumb, that means that I'm being held captive, basically, or that I need help. Because sometimes, they will take the children to the stores or whatever to get something. And, but if you can't say something, but if you see that sign, it's a universal sign that, call the police that they're being held.
Wow.
So, just little things like that could be helpful.
Yeah.
I thought.
I'm like, do you train your children on that? I mean, how would the kids know to do it? I'm guessing. That's what you need to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's something that you would definitely need. Like I remember talking with somebody and they were talking about, why don't we get a community billboard up, that shows that, because you're right. I mean, if the kids don't know,
right.
But even adults, because I was watching something after that, he told us about that, because I searched online and I saw that also domestic, people that are in a domestic relationship that need help too, that can't get out, that the adults, it's not just a child thing, that they can make that sign as well.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So it would be a good thing to try to get that out.
Yeah. I didn't know about that. So that'd be fantastic. I would be like, what is that kid doing?
Yeah, really.
Hi. That's awesome. All right.
All right. What else do you got?
Okay. So anyway, just back to the Boo Bash Dash. It's October 29th in the morning, 9 to 12. And like I said, it's a 5K or a fun run. But even if you just want to come and visit the booths and see what's going on, it will be a great time for everybody. So the next thing on my list is the Master's Table. That is our only food or soup kitchen in all of Robertson County. they feed about 50 to 60 individuals a day. And if I have a family of 7, I have 5 children. Feeding my family every day is so expensive. You know, I cannot imagine feeding that many people every single day. Their need right now for monetary, food, or volunteers is through the roof. We really need to keep this food kitchen, the soup kitchen going. And we can only do that through the community getting involved and helping out. So they are really in need of any meat donations or canned food. She said, you know, but in bulk because they're feeding so many people. So you can get gallon cans at Gordon's or a case at Sam's or whatever. So if you have it in you to be able to help donate to the soup kitchen, you really could use it. Even if you don't have a single stitch of food extra, but you have an hour that you can go help serve, they'll take it. So whatever you have to give, they, you know, money, food, or time, they can put it to good use. So
Now, what if, I know you said they need them in bulk because, you know, they're feeding a lot, but like what if, because I know some people that, you know, they've been stocking up canned food for, you know, an emergency or whatever, but maybe that food is like, you know, it's got like 3 more months and it's going to be to its date, but you know, you can't eat all of that. You know, but maybe it's not like a huge bulk amount. Would that still be something that they would want?
I think they'll take anything they can get, but yeah.
That's just something to think about because all of you that, you know, have been stocking up and, you know, you might want to look at those and if they're still fresh, you know, and you know, you can't, you know, eat that in that amount of time before that date comes, you know, maybe it's a good time to get that out.
They'll take anything. I know Rotary Club often will take, like, they have leftovers from their Rotary meetings. They'll take them there. I mean, they kind of,
so after banquets or whatever.
Yeah, they'll take whatever you have to give. They're not going to turn it away. If they can feed more people with whatever your donation is, they're happy to do it.
And then if people want to volunteer, do they need to sign up ahead of time or do they just show up at Master's Table?
She said you can just show up, but if you want to, I can give you the name. Carolyn Woodard is the lady in charge.
Okay.
She let me pull
and
up
tell them
her
also where
information.
Master's Table is in case they don't know.
Yeah, so Master's Table it's off of Central. It's ran by the Greater Faith Community Action Incorporated Corporation. That's what it is. I'm like, wait, corporation. They have it's from 10 to 11 every day. You can go get a warm meal. So it's kind of like a brunch. So it's and a lot of times they do breakfast and a lot of times they do lunch. So it's a brunch. And
so it's at their building over there on Central?
It's on Central. So if you see the Greater Faith Community Action, look across the street and down a little bit. I don't know the exact address. It's right by a barber shop.
Oh, okay.
And it's just kind of tucked in there. And you can just go between the hours of 10 and 11 and they have it all packaged up for you and ready to go. And you can enjoy a hot meal.
And if people want to volunteer, should they show up at like 9 or?
Yeah. If you want to volunteer to help cook, they need you there probably around 8:30 because they have a cook who's on staff, but they would like to train some substitute cooks so that it doesn't have to be him every single day. And he's on staff. I didn't mean that. I meant a regular volunteer. There's no on staff.
Right.
A regular volunteer, and he comes. And the only on staff person they have is a dishwasher, and that it's because they got a grant through something. But anyway, but everybody else is volunteer.
Well, that's a great idea to, you know, I mean, you should be volunteering somewhere, you know, I mean, I know that, you know, we get busy and everything, but you know, you do get so blessed by volunteering and helping others and trying to give those other regular volunteers a break now and then. Right. You know, because it does seem to be a lot of the same people.
It is a lot of the same people and a lot, but it also.
But we're not complaining.
No, we're not complaining. Actually, Roberts County, I feel like this is a community where people love to serve one another, and that has never been more apparent since I took this job at United Way. But if you want to know how to plug in with your talents, give me a call and I will talk to you about, because we're looking for people that might want to run a social but helping out with social media or, whatever.
All right. We need to do a Cumberland Connect commercial because I can't believe the time has flown so fast.
Cumberland Connect is bringing access to reliable, high-speed fiber internet services to all Cumberland Electric customers. I was so excited when I heard that because I'm a Cumberland Electric customer and I have terrible internet. I have dealt with it for so long and I am so ready to not have to go to the radio station to upload my videos and my photography. And they're going to be in my neighborhood by the end of the year. Now, if you want to find out when they're coming to your neighborhood, go to www.cumberlandconnect.org. You can put in your address and you'll find out exactly when to expect them. And what will you expect with it? No data caps. They'll never throttle your speeds. Internet speeds up to 1,000
Jordan
megabits.
with your local news from WSGI. Middle Tennessee is recovering from strong storms in the area yesterday. Almost 6,000 NES customers.
Okay, you have been listening to 1100 WSGI. It is out of time. It's already 8 o'clock. So, Tiffany, can you give your phone number so that in case people would like to volunteer for any of these organizations that you talked about, that they can get a hold of you?
Absolutely. In fact, I've got several more. So if you have any talents whatsoever, we'll find a place to put them to good use. My number is 615-780-2511.
One more time.
615-780-2511, and you can call or text me on that number and we can find you a place to help plug you into the community.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you for coming out. It's been my pleasure to get to talk to you today. And I will be back tomorrow. We do have the Hope Center is going to be coming in and talking about their upcoming fundraiser events that you can also be involved with. So Hope Center is going to be at 7, and I think at 7:30, Colonel Chris Wardorf will be coming in. So it's going to be a great show tomorrow. We will see you then. God bless.